So hello, gorgeous. This is Elizavecca or Elizavecca Milky Piggy carbonated bubble clay mask. And it's supposed to bubble up on my face. It looks like it's already starting to do that. And then after it finishes bubbling up, you're supposed to go ahead and rub it in. And it's tickling, I have to tell you. Especially there. Anyway, and then, after it bubbles up, you're supposed to rub it in and then let it sit there 10 or 15 minutes. Did I say hello, gorgeous? Hello, gorgeous. Okay, beauty. I'm going to kind of come at beauty from an odd direction this week. So many of you over the past month, well, forever, but especially over the past month, have been saying that I look really beautiful and asking why. And I did make a change this month, and that's what I'm going to talk about. Many of you have heard me talk about the fact that I'm a vegan about 95% of the time, and that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm not going to preach. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'm going to tell you what I do, and I'm going to do that because it has an effect on my complexion. What happened was, okay, I think it's foamed, always going to foam. What happened, I have been overweight since I was 8 years old. And I'm not going to talk about what happened when I was 8 years old to cause me to be overweight, but I've got theories about that too. But anyway, and I've been sort of up and down my whole life, but mainly up. And 4 years ago, found myself 290 pounds. And I'm 5'5", so that's not good, And my blood sugar was 360, and that's not good. Normal, or well, a diet, somewhere, by the way, about 15 years ago, 20 years ago, I was found to be diabetic. Okay, so a diabetic person's blood sugar should be between 110 and 90. So that was very, very high indeed. So I had read a book long ago, 20 years ago, about reversing heart disease and wondered if there might be a way to reverse diabetes. And I went to Amazon and Googled that. And sure enough, there was a book on reversing diabetes. And I read it, and the prescription was veganism. And I will try to explain in a non-medical way, because I'm medically stupid, the logic behind this. Sorry for that brief delay. I wanted to show you the book. Here's basically what happens. In the normal course of things, insulin goes out and attaches itself to the blood cell's walls. And then it goes out into the body and becomes energy. In the case of if you are eating fat, and that's any fat, but particularly animal fats, that is fish, fowl, meat, eggs, and butter, and cheese, and yogurt. Basically what happens inside your cells and inside your veins, plaque forms. And so the insulin goes out, attaches to the cell wall, but it ends up being like trying to put a key inside a lock that has a piece of gum in it. That plaque keeps the insulin from doing its job. And the result is generally speaking, it's diabetes. So, at any rate, 4 years ago, I became vegan most of the time, and over the period of about a year, year and a half, I lost 60 pounds. And since then, I've not met with as much success for a number of reasons. Part of it is, you tend to plateau. Part of it is not exercising as much as I should. Part of it is that other 5%, which mainly consists of being a vegetarian instead of a vegan and indulging in dairy products and also the occasional meat. And so what has happened over the last year or so is that my A1C has been high and my weight loss has been very slow, and my doctor has threatened to put me on insulin. And I'm very resistant to that idea because I know that that's something you really just can't come back from. Also, my father's passing away made me think hard about reevaluating my eating. And so I was very strict this past month on my vegan diet. Also, I read another book. It's called the 80-10-10 diet. And what that has to do with is eating raw vegan rather than cooked foods. And I'm not sure that I can completely maintain that, but I think I could definitely be raw vegan 95% of the time and then cooked vegan 5% of the time, something like that. But so the past month I did manage to do that. I've been starting the day with a fruit smoothie, and then for lunch I have a variety of salads, and usually the same thing for dinner. What I try to do is make a salad every day and try to have a rotation going so that I've got 5 or 6 salads on hand at any time and can put a scoop of each one on my plate, because to me, the key to succeeding on a vegan diet is variety. So I might have one tabbouleh salad, which is parsley, mint, garlic, tomato, cucumber, red onion, a teaspoon of lime, and lemon juice. So there's that. Oh yeah, and couscous usually. Not very much. About a quarter of a cup, half a cup. And this isn't quite dry yet. It's close though. And I have this other one that I made up, which consists of about half a tub of broccoli slaw chopped up, half a red onion, a full cucumber, about half a bunch of cilantro, and about half of a pineapple, and I put some curry powder in it, so that kind of has an Indian flavor. And then I'll make, say, a bean salad that would have black beans, edamame, red peppers, and about a teaspoon of oil and about 3 tablespoons of vinegar and just a dash of parsley. Anyway, you get the idea. That sort of thing, just so that I have variety. And I also eat sauerkraut and beets. Anyway, so those, and that's pickled, but I think it was raw when it was pickled. At any rate, you get the idea. The result is beautiful because think about it, meat and Meat is full of hormones. When you eat meat, you get those hormones into your system. Dairy, I notice when I don't have dairy, my blackheads and whiteheads go away. I noticed that during the course of this month, my face has been a lot less dry. Oh, another thing, I have backed off on my diet root beer, love it as much as I do. It may not have calories, but think about it. You're just drinking a glass of chemicals. How good can that be for you? And what I've been trying to drink mainly is water, and I mentioned also that I drink mugi cha tea, which is roasted barley tea from Japan, and it's an acquired taste. Some people really love it, some people don't like it at all. And I've got to tell you, I mean, I have seen some changes in my face too. I lost 10 pounds. Well, here's what happened. As it turned out, over the 6 months it had been since I saw my doctor, apparently I had gained 10 pounds. So after I changed my eating right after my father passed away, over the next 5 weeks, I ended up losing 12 pounds. So, but my face, the pores seem to be cleaner, not as dry. The complexion seems a little brighter, and it's not that it's not anything I was doing, I don't think, because although I have been doing my skincare, I haven't been quite as diligent about exfoliation. I was really bummed and depressed and sat in front of the television all month, and I was using some Mizone snail cream that came from my boutique Korean cosmetics beauty box, and that's really all I was doing day and night. And as nice as it is, I don't really think that had as much to do with it as the dietary change. So anyway, as I said, I'm not here to preach. I'm not going to tell you you must go on a vegan diet. It's just that the cleaner you eat, I think the nicer your complexion is. All right, I'm going to go wash this off. I'll be right back, and I'll tell you what it did. Okay, hi, I'm back. Okay, I felt my face, and it feels really good. I'm afraid that everything on the box is Korean, but I did look on Amazon and various other websites to find out what the deal is, and it's basically supposed to be a deep pore cleanser. And I indeed have not a single blackhead on my face right this moment, and the pores in through here that are sometimes kind of large and look like they're starting to have whiteheads, those pores would appear non-existent at this point. So I know it's impossible to change the size of your pores, but I guess they're just super duper clean because I can't see anything going on there. So anyway, I would say that this is a successful mask. I bought this mask because I'd seen Bunny Meyer give it a review, and I love Bunny Meyer, so that's why I decided to try it. I was going to tell you before I go one last thing about being a vegan. I am not bipolar, nor do I suffer from depression, but it has been my observation and experience that artistic people sometimes have somewhat slightly higher highs and slightly lower lows than the average person. And I find that when I stick closely to my vegan diet, try to keep out the fat in terms of oils, nuts, and avocados, and try to eat mainly raw, such as I have been doing this past month, that my highs aren't as high, my lows aren't as low, and that life with Richard is so much nicer because I'm easier to get along with. I'm not as ill-tempered. I'm more inclined to not sweat the small stuff, just to let things go, not get irritated. I actually become a little more contemplative and actually stop and think, is it worth arguing about this or that, or is it worth expressing irritation with Richard or somebody else about something that they've done? So, what's bad about that, right? So anyway, that's it for today. That's why I'm looking beautiful. I think I'm just cleaning stuff out. I think that's it. So anyway, I will see you next week. Please go watch my partner in crime, the Goober, the beautiful Cheryl Coyote. I will list her channel and her video below. See you next week. Love y'all. Bye.